Okay. I think that did it. Let me know if you guys hear me.
Deus ex machina.
But I think it's good. Say, refresh if I'm not back. And now I have a green bar going across. You hear and feel me. I gotta move you guys. I need to move you over here. I've never played a Shin Megami Tensei game. But I have played Maken X. I actually streamed this game a while ago, but it was just me sitting there saying nothing for a good long time. We'll just start a new game. But, only in your dreams. This game, it's kind of interesting to see, like,
Is there anything else?
I don't know a lot about Shin Megami Tensei, but it's kind of crazy, like, how much they had already established their style, even by this point. Like, I think these character models look pretty good for the Dreamcast.
It still has life like we do. There's really no difference.
Fine. Then why don't we let
I think these voice actors might be from Blue Stinger. And you play as the Machina. And we're just going to be called the Machina. That's just what we are. Our ID is set. I don't know if I'll ever play Nocturne.
Not too bad for an artificial brain.
Say it like you mean it.
I like how her voice sounds like very echoey compared to everyone
There's
else.
an underground facility at the lab.
There, that's Maken.
Fortunately,
Has he been awakened yet?
I don't know how long this cutscene is, so I think we're just gonna
I thought the Maken project was strictly
skip
confidential.
on right past it,
What's
if I can. Oh, weird. You can skip the individual pieces of dialogue and it cuts the cutscene forward.
How's that possible?
That's interesting.
By temporarily transferring the side.
But we're gonna skip past this.
What?
Hey, person. I do like the character design in this game, but I guess in the end that just means I like the character design as Shin Megami Tensei characters. So...
No.
No.
All re-
I wish there was like a just skip this cutscene thing rather than individual pieces of text. Ew. Oh, I don't like that. I don't remember that part. I forget, does it form a sword is what it turns out to be? Yeah, it's a sword.
What? What's going on?
Not even a sound effect for hitting that guy aside. Ah. Oh no.
No!
Follow the blood agreement, and you will protect everyone.
This game has a lot of different endings, if I remember correctly.
The sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the artificial brain by its handle. We're still playing Thousand Arms, still making penis jokes all the way through. Kohi 0000. I don't know what that means. I forgot if I said this earlier, so I might just say it again. This game came out in Europe on the PlayStation 2. Probably Japan as well. Probably Japan and Europe. And then the Dreamcast version came out in America and Japan. And it's a third-person game in Europe, or on the PlayStation 2, rather. In the Dreamcast version, it's a first-person action game, which I don't know of many first-person melee action games around this time, outside of like is it called Breakdown on Xbox? Controls here are a little weird. Basically, your analog stick turns you and move back and forth. L trigger does like a Metroid Prime kind of like look around, and then holding down R lets you strafe. X slashes, and then A is like a jump, but if you're strafing, you can like side jump back forth. And then every weapon in this game has like a charge up. And you know, I don't know if you can just play the entire game like this with this character. This whole game's kind of about like switching bodies and getting different weapons and stuff. It says jump over locked on enemies. Oh, okay. Oops, uh-oh. There's not really a fast turnaround like a Resident Evil thing, so you just gotta kind of make the turn. There's not really any upgrades other than just switching bodies, and you get different attacks. And I'll jump forward in a save file probably at some point, so you can see some of the later character types. I forget, can you hit those? I don't think you can. Everything feels kind of claustrophobic though, because you are like so close to this weapon. Oh, whoops. Let me see if I can hit that and then get on the... There we go. Oh, did I get it? No? Oop, there we go. But yeah, like, I mean, after a certain point in this game, very early on, you never really see this character again, and you lose your body pretty quick. I think in this case, this actually drains my health using this special, it's like. You must defeat all the enemies. I don't know, it says that a lot. I don't know if the objective ever changes. I assume at some point it does, probably. Ow. Ow! Don't. Oh my gosh, don't take this guy's head on. There we go. I hear a guy walking around over there, yeah. Pretty big health item there. Okay, there's one there too. But it's like games like this that like, move back to guard. Okay, I was wondering what that was earlier because I did guard. I don't know, like, you kind of didn't have a ton of people like set in stone of how a control scheme should work. And you end up with stuff like this. Just kind of weird. Just gonna jump over that. I don't remember what that rank is in the corner. So I guess you do rank up. I just don't know what it gets you. Oh, I missed it. Walking back is very slow. Let me try that. Okay. And now I have X, and I forget what this does. Looks like it increases my attack at the very least. It does make me think a little bit of like Red Steel 2 at times because of this whole combat thing. Obviously Red Steel 2 plays a lot more fluidly. I wish I had Red Steel 2 with me. I would love to stream that game a little bit. You must defeat all enemies. But yeah, like if you don't lock onto them, things can get pretty nasty. Got it. Okay. I would like to import the PlayStation 2 version at some point. I actually have a European PlayStation 2 now. I'm not quite sure what I'll need if that game outputs at like a PAL only or something. Ow. Ow. Shouldn't. You always should block, probably. He's like countering does a ton of damage too. I don't know how much I used the counter the last time I played this. Ooh. Ooh. Oh shoot! Ah! But like, yeah, like at that point, you don't have a lot of options for. Ooh, ow. Oh. Like, when they get behind you, it's just like, ah, man. I did it. I don't know if you can hear that Dreamcast, but making quite a bit of noise. I kind of wonder, because I think all the cutscenes in this game are kind of like a first-person perspective for the most part, and if in the PS2 version they basically make them all like third-person. I found it very hard to get or maybe not like a very hard to get like a good ending in this game, but like you can't really, you have to make a decision pretty early on, it feels like.
I can't believe it. Sai is at
Is chaos.
If you don't
this situation.
if you don't make a decision,
Well,
you kind of end up just getting screwed in the end, because
What
you
is it
don't
this time?
Mr. Lee.
help anyone. So you don't really make your mark on the world or anything like that.
We know
You mainly just like fiddle-faddle between a handful of different sides, and then never like
sorry.
What the?
Maken has
never actually
Now who?
them
solve anything. I think that was the ending I got, where they're just like, wow, you're kind of useless piece of crap, huh?
Terror, you're right. And
World War III.
Are you saying?
it's not quickly.
I like this game, though. It's not super long, so I think there's a lot of opportunities to sit down and really,
Psychiatry is actually a weapon. I can't believe we jumped into this.
I forget.
So
I think she might not be in the body anymore. I think she might just be the weapon. Let me see if that's what's
I
happening
have
here.
to leave now. I can't waste any more time talking with you folks. Maken, you know your duty. We created you with one purpose in mind. The reason they kidnapped Sagami was to gain access to his knowledge of... So, are you willing to pursue them in order to stop this mad conspiracy?
And yeah. So I don't know what I said the last time when I did this, but basically you want to choose a side and stick to it to get a actual ending, I think.
The power that allows you to control a person's mind, along with their body, is called a brain jack. This
This is where you
godlike
change
power
bodies with people.
that you possess, Maken.
If we don't do something for Kay now, what'll happen to her Sai?
I don't know what this thing's supposed to be still. It looks like a weird cut-off tentacle thing. And then you become the guy that you were fighting earlier.
She's still bound to Maken, isn't she?
Yes, I think she is.
Maken, extract that man's memory. Once you do, you can find out where they took the chief. Remember, it's all up to you to get him. Do you understand me? Maken, now that you know where the chief's located, go to Russia through China. If you stop at Hong Kong, you can meet Faye's sister. Otherwise, another Blade Master awaits you in Moscow. You should follow the Blade Master's instructions when you meet them at your destination. There are many enemies that will try to stop you. Don't give up, and you'll find a clear path through them. When you gain enough strength, you'll be able to brainjack people with your godlike powers.
I think ranking up means you can brainjack different
So I can only
characters.
hope that you'll do what's right to the end.
Let's skip that CG cutscene. At least it looks CG to me. That might be an engine, actually, just with a lot of effects applied over it. I don't know. It looks pretty good. Blade Mouth Man just sitting on a plane. I like this song. It's like the Dragon Ball Z Goku stuck inside of a body thing.
So this is the Psi dimension. The world of souls existing in a plane beyond reality.
I don't know what this song reminds me of, to be honest.
That explains why my mind has left my body, and I live as Psi. Well, my father told me I have nothing to worry about. Yes, nothing at all.
Oh man, this song's really reminding me of something. I just can't figure out what.
Well, here we are. I haven't introduced myself. Oh, that's a nice name. I'm Kei Sagami. I'm 16 years old, and I attend Jusei High School.
That voice acting
I
just
have
like
no
changed.
siblings. My mother died right after I was born.
That's strange.
You see, well, that's why my father was always around. So I wouldn't feel...
I wonder if there was something when they were recording that ended up with the whole like echoey kind of sounding thing.
One day, I want to be a scientist and help work on the Psi project.
Jeez, what does this song remind me of?
Well, that's another story. I guess I'm a little anxious.
All right, let's see if we can get to some more fighting game. Something's coming towards me. That's a huge plane. Oh no. Wham, wham, emergency.
Sir, you have our thanks for flying the deadly skies and, by the way, prepare to die. How could you be so daft? Of course this is a trap.
Quality VO.
You're too high up, sweetheart. You're not going anywhere.
I'm pretty sure all these voice actors were in Blue Stinger. They're probably part of the same company or something. It's kind of neat because, like, I'll just go ahead and show you. Let me restart. There's no reset button on the Dreamcast, weirdly enough. I never realized that until I actually had to do something to reset. But I want to show you like how many locations there are, because there's a lot. And I think you can just kind of go wherever you want at some point. Like, they don't really keep you, like, they're not like, oh, you have to go to this location to go forward. You can just kind of poke around. So yeah, it looks like it took me like 3 to 6 hours to beat this game. I think this is a completed file, possibly. So it's a pretty short game, but again, lots of endings depending on what you do, where you choose. I think where you go. But yeah, it's like here's Washington D.C., Brazil, Oil Palace, Lipson, Lyon, Amsterdam, London, just a lot of places. Hong Kong. Looks like Japan is up this way. Let's go to Istanbul. Why not? I think maybe the red diamonds mean there's like a story reason to be there. So I think technically you could probably just go and grind somewhere if you wanted to. So I'm the Pope right now. I have a big mouth as the Pope, because the Pope is evil. One thing it doesn't have that like Metroid Prime has is when you look down, you hold down R trigger, you still face in that direction as long as you're holding the trigger. Fortunately, especially for like little guys like that, where it'd be useful to just like keep staring at the ground. You don't have a ton of options. Oops. It's like a health pack up here. Full health, I don't really need that. Oh, I fell down. Con of being a first-person game, it's very difficult to tell where you are. I think I'm supposed to jump into that room and hit the lever, is I think what's supposed to be happening here. Ugh. Or not, there's a roof to it. Like a path up there. I don't see a staircase up there. Can I not get in this door? Am I just stuck? Can I shoot through here? Oh, there's just a door back over here. Good job, me. Walk right in, hit the lever. Oh! Oh no, Bugs! You must defeat all the enemies. Like, I don't know I think locking on is probably the best way to hit these guys, but it's just, once you hit one, it kind of resets you back. I just don't think it's a particularly great way to fight those guys. Like, small enemies in games like this. I'm trying to remember what other game there was where it's like, there's like something chasing me. Bugs! So many bugs! Oh. Oh boy. Ooh. But yeah, movement's a little rough, but it works. And I'm not sure how many like first-person action games you'll find from this time around. You know, these days I'm sure there's plenty on like Steam and stuff if you look for something. But you know, eh. And it has like that Shin Megami Tensei style. Even though it's not technically a Shin Megami Tensei game. Did that? Okay, I thought that busted open. Can I jump over him? No. And I'm glad I played it. It's sometimes where it's like, oh. Whenever people ask about Shin Megami Tensei games, I pretty much talk about this game. And I don't know how common it is that people play this or not, to be honest. I hit the button. I don't know how that's supposed to work, unless I'm just supposed to go down. Nope, that's gonna crush me. Or maybe it's just going up and down and then I go into it now. Okay, yeah, there we go. Just a weird elevator. I guess you're not supposed to go in here because like then the you can't get out. So I guess you'd have to go on the floor above. Ooh. The floor above. It's kind of crazy how much you can walk in this game. Ooh. Not those. And then like stand on top of the elevator and let it take me up probably. Oops, I'm gonna miss that guy. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Okay, is he still chasing me? No. Kind of preemptively got him. Yeah, actually this is exactly where I want to be. Oh. Nope, not coming from me anymore. Okay. Oh. That's weird looking. But apparently I can't hurt. Not sure the best way to take care of that. Maybe block first. That thing creeps me out. I don't like these enemies. Oh man. Like snake people? There we go, found them both. Okay, and this is the elevator. Takes me up. And then I get off there. There we go, got him. But yeah, I guess that's this game. Maken X is pretty alright. I would recommend playing it. I don't know how much it costs these days. I paid $20 for it. I don't think it's that expensive, but who knows? I was looking at a couple Dreamcast games the other day that used to be $20, and they are not $20 anymore. Other way. I guess you have to hit those guys on the side. But I like the look of this game. And the feel of it too. I think it's a fun playing game. But I like, you know, first-person melee games. So I should probably play Breakdown at some point. I actually don't know how much a physical copy of Breakdown costs these days. Obviously, there's the Xbox One version, but it's not quite. Maybe not. It's not. It's not quite as right. Not how you start that sentence. It's more of I don't have an original or an Xbox One, unfortunately. I only have an original Xbox and a 360, so that's not quite on my plate of important things to do in terms of purchasing. So unless I get it on the original Xbox, I'm probably not gonna check it out. But yeah, I guess that's this game. Is there another guy we can stare at, or is this just? Oh, that's the end of the stage. We did it. Perfect timing. And it just kicks you out. I'm guessing because there's no story, but I'm gonna guess these red ones are like, if you go here, there's story here. Or maybe it's the purple crystals. Who knows? Or maybe it's that thing. Who knows? It's been too long for me to remember. But hey, there's quite a few areas in this game which I think is pretty cool. There's a lot of different environments you go to. And I'm not gonna sit there and say like they're all like, oh, super unique or something like that. But you know, I think it's cool. A international exploration of the world. That's gonna do it for this week. Thanks for coming. Sorry to spend an hour or however long it was in the tutorial of Full Spectrum Warrior. I didn't realize it took so long. And that it would be so chatty. It made it very difficult to talk for the first, like, 30 minutes to an hour of this stream. So maybe next time that'll work out. Have a good night. We'll end it on a beautiful... I opened the disk drive, so it just loaded the Dreamcast logo instantly. Shenmue takes up 80 blocks. That's what I'll leave you with. Shenmue takes 80 blocks.